Pakistan is known as one of the darkest countries in the world. Although this may come as a shock to some, it is a fact that cannot be ignored. Pakistan's struggles are well documented, from its history of political turmoil, high rates of poverty and inequality, to lack of access to basic needs such as food, clean water, and education. In this video, we discuss the bitter truths of Pakistan and the reason why it is known as one of the darkest countries in the world. To get other undiscovered secrets, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you. Lack of education. Pakistan is one of the darkest countries in the world when it comes to education. In 2015, Pakistan ranked 170th out of 188 countries in the UN's Human Development Index, and is estimated to have a literacy rate of just 58%. In rural areas, the literacy rate falls to 42%, and this is especially true for women. According to a 2012 report by the World Bank, only about half of Pakistan's children are enrolled in primary school. Moreover, the number of children enrolled in secondary school has also declined significantly over the last few years. The root cause of this situation lies in the country's weak public education system. Government spending on education has been consistently low, with a mere 2.2% of GDP allocated to education in 2018-19. This is far lower than the recommended 4 to 6% mark set by UNESCO. Further, public schools are often underfunded and lack adequate facilities such as libraries and laboratories, which adversely affects students' learning abilities. In addition, the quality of teachers is also poor due to the fact that teacher training and development programs are limited. Finally, cultural biases against women further worsen the situation, as many families do not consider girls worthy of investing in their education. All of these factors have resulted in a large portion of the population being illiterate and unable to reap the economic benefits that an educated workforce would bring. Lack of economic opportunity. Pakistan has long been known as one of the poorest and most underdeveloped countries in the world, and this has created a culture of economic insecurity and inequality. The Pakistani economy is heavily reliant on agriculture, with only about 20% of the population employed in the industrial sector. This has caused the majority of the population to be trapped in a cycle of poverty and low wages, as there are few opportunities for higher-paying jobs. The lack of economic opportunity has also exacerbated other issues within Pakistan. It is estimated that up to one-third of the country lives below the poverty line, and many of these people have limited access to basic necessities such as food and water. This lack of economic opportunity has led to an increase in crime, with many people turning to illegal activities in order to make ends meet. Furthermore, it has contributed to the continued marginalization of certain marginalized groups, such as women and minorities, who often lack access to education and employment opportunities. Political instability. Political instability has been a major factor contributing to Pakistan's dark image. Over the course of its history, the country has experienced several coups and military interventions. This has led to frequent changes in leadership and constant uncertainty regarding who holds power. The lack of democratic governance in Pakistan has meant that governments have often acted without accountability, leading to a deterioration of civil rights and a lack of accountability. This has resulted in the suppression of political opposition and dissent, as well as a culture of violence and intimidation. The prolonged military rule and absence of democracy has further undermined the legitimacy of the government in the eyes of the people, leading to low levels of public trust and confidence in the state. This has in turn led to a breakdown in law and order and an environment where religious extremism and sectarianism are allowed to thrive. All of these issues have had a major impact on Pakistan's international reputation, resulting in its being seen as a dark, unstable and dangerous country by many in the international community. Religious intolerance. Pakistan is a deeply religious nation, with Muslims making up the majority of the population. However, this has also caused deep divisions between religious groups. In recent years, religious intolerance has been on the rise in Pakistan, as there are often clashes between Muslims and other minority groups such as Christians, Hindus, Sikhs, and Ahmadi Muslims. The level of religious intolerance in Pakistan is particularly worrying due to the potential implications it can have on security and stability. Religious intolerance can create animosity between different sects of Islam, as well as between other religious communities. This has led to numerous violent clashes between rival factions in Pakistan, as well as attacks against minority communities. In addition to the physical threat posed by religious intolerance, it has also created a culture of fear among minority communities. Many minorities in Pakistan feel marginalized and discriminated against, leading to a sense of alienation from society. Unfortunately, the issue of religious intolerance in Pakistan is unlikely to go away anytime soon. It will take concerted efforts by both the government and civil society to tackle this problem. The government needs to create an environment where all citizens are respected and accepted regardless of their faith, while civil society must strive to promote tolerance and understanding amongst different communities. Gender inequality. Gender inequality in Pakistan is unfortunately a reality that is hard to ignore. In Pakistan, women are considered second-class citizens and are severely restricted in their ability to pursue education, career opportunities, and even basic freedoms. Women face discrimination in access to education and employment, are frequently denied inheritance rights, and are subjected to violence. This is especially true in rural areas where traditional customs still hold strong. Women are also at risk of being victims of honor killings or acid attacks. In order to tackle gender inequality in Pakistan, the government has implemented several laws and initiatives. For example, the Women Protection Act 2006 was passed to protect women from abuse and harassment. However, these measures have yet to be fully implemented and the problems of gender inequality remain rampant. The only way to truly eradicate gender inequality in Pakistan is to continue the fight for equal rights and opportunities for all genders. This includes increasing education and job opportunities for women, expanding access to health services, and repealing discriminatory laws. Education is key, as it is the best tool for creating awareness about gender equality and breaking down traditional beliefs about gender roles. Ultimately, it is up to individuals, communities, and the government of Pakistan to ensure that women are treated equally and with respect. Ethnic conflict. Pakistan is a country made up of many different ethnic and religious groups, yet the power has been concentrated in the hands of a few. This has led to a great deal of ethnic conflict in the country. This conflict has been exacerbated by an overall lack of representation of different ethnic and religious groups in the government. This has resulted in a situation where certain communities are deprived of basic rights and services, while others enjoy privileges that they are not entitled to. In addition, certain political parties have played on these tensions, using them to further their own agendas. This has resulted in violence and animosity between different groups, which has further contributed to the instability of the country. The lack of representation of minority groups in government institutions has also had an effect on the economy, as these groups are often excluded from economic opportunities and development projects. As a result, poverty levels remain high in many areas, and opportunities for social mobility are limited. The effects of ethnic conflict have been devastating for Pakistan and its people, with hundreds of lives lost and hundreds of thousands displaced. There needs to be a concerted effort from the government to address these issues, by ensuring that all communities are adequately represented in government institutions and given equal access to economic opportunities. In addition, efforts must be made to promote intercommunal dialogue and understanding, in order to promote peaceful coexistence between different groups. Foreign intervention. One of the main contributing factors to why Pakistan is known as one of the darkest countries in the world is foreign intervention. Over the years, Pakistan has been subject to countless foreign interventions, both militarily and politically, by nations such as the United States and India. These interventions have had a damaging effect on the economy, politics, and social structures of the country, making it difficult for the people of Pakistan to reach their full potential. The United States has been particularly involved in the country since the late 1940s, when it provided military assistance to Pakistan during its war with India over Kashmir. Since then, U.S. involvement has only increased, and while they have provided financial aid, they have also been criticized for their heavy-handed tactics when it comes to internal Pakistani affairs. The most recent example was when the U.S. Navy SEALs raided a Pakistani compound in 2011 in search of Osama bin Laden, which resulted in a significant diplomatic strain between the two countries. India has also had a heavy hand in foreign intervention in Pakistan. Since independence, there has been much hostility between India and Pakistan due to unresolved border disputes. This tension has caused numerous wars and other military engagements between the two countries, including the Kargil War in 1999. India has also funded militant groups inside Pakistan, leading to much unrest and instability. Foreign intervention has had a detrimental impact on Pakistan, from political turmoil and economic hardship to religious intolerance and gender inequality. It is clear that outside forces have played a large role in why Pakistan is now known as one of the darkest countries in the world.